I think she'd be interesting to date though. But other than that, I mean, there's some other things that would have to happen that we weren't privy to here. Wait a minute. We didn't talk about the three things that she need to improve on. We might find that other category here, but I mean, she's opinionated. That means she has an attitude problem. She's late and she procrastinates. The being tardy and lateness and procrastination tells me she has a very me attitude. Factor that in that being opinionated.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. What's your name, baby?
Paula. I knew today was the day.
You knew today was the day?
I did. I was gonna wait till my birthday, but I said, let me see.
When's your birthday?
August 24th.
Okay. So that's a Virgo, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you, Paula?
52. I'll be 53.
Oh, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Do you have any kids?
I have 3.
How old are your kids?
3 kids.
28, 23, and my son will be 18 on Monday.
28, 23, 18. All by the same man?
Yes.
Have you ever been married?
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
On paper in 21, but we were separated since 2019.
Gotcha. What do you do for a living, Paula?
I'm an interior designer.
Interior designer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got Paula, Virgo, 52, 4 kids, 28. Excuse me, you 4 kids?
3.
Oh, 3 kids. 28, 23, and 18. And she's interior designer. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
You forgot to ask where I live.
I did. Where are you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. I would have remembered at some point. Ohio. Okay, girl. What kind of man you looking for, love?
What am I looking for? A man who is, first of all, he must love the Lord, must fear God, not just have a play relationship with the Lord, but really be a Christian man. A man who enjoys life, a man who is, of course, honest. I don't know. I think that's about it. Must.
If that ain't the biggest load of ambiguous talk I've ever heard. Oh boy, this is gonna be like pulling teeth. It seems like. All right, let's keep going.
I prefer to date someone who has children, because I feel like if you don't, you really don't get it, the whole parenting thing. And you must be a good father, because if you're not, we can keep it moving.
Keep it moving. What's your deal breakers?
Deal breakers are men who don't have a relationship with their children. Like if there's some issues there. Liars. There's no reason to lie at our age. Just keep it real. So if you lie about, that's just not, because how you do one thing is how you do all things. Another deal breaker is someone who tries to dim my light. So I think sometimes I'm an extrovert, and men who can't really deal with that because they're insecure, and they feel like, why are you talking to him, or that kind of thing. Like, I can't. Insecure man is a
Insecure man is one of the biggest buzzwords now, and most people, it's starting to lose meaning now when women talk about it. It's just like, I don't want an insecure man, as if maybe Kendra will ask her some follow-up questions, because a lot of times it's just what I'm starting to see a trend of, it translates to is, I don't want a man who's going to hold me accountable, or I don't want a man to have boundaries with me. And when you start to have boundaries with them, all of a sudden you're insecure. Let's keep going.
Deal breaker. You must really be secure about who you are, because if you are, then you won't try to diminish me. So yeah.
No, that's incorrect. When you're secure, guys, when you're secure in who you are, that means that you won't put up with bad behavior. If that's a boundary for you, then that means you're not going to tolerate it. And she's just going to, and you just need to move on to somebody else. This thing that she's talking about is you just need to let me do whatever I want to do. That's what that boils down to. And it's a bad, how do I say this? That's not a good use of the word insecure. Let's keep going.
Okay, no insecure men. Does he have to look a certain way?
He just has to be well groomed. I think any man who's well groomed and takes care of himself is handsome.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to look. He doesn't. That's not really that important. I do want him to be that standard 6. I'm 5'8", so I would like him to be at least 6 feet.
Okay. She wants to. Was your husband 6 feet?
He was 6'2".
Oh, okay. Why'd y'all get divorced?
Great question.
How much time do you have? Let's just say this. I'll give the dignified answer because I do still have children. We had 2 different ideas about what marriage is. So we had 2 totally different ideas of what.
How many years were you guys married for?
Again, what is
28 years.
What does that mean?
When did you realize y'all had 2
28
different
years?
ideas?
I knew a long time ago. I knew that. I knew for a while. However,
so why'd you stay with him then?
For the sake of my children. And
28 years. Why'd you have a last baby with him? Is the real question. And the most important question is, who vetted him for you? Because something's going on here. This is not, oh boy.
Because I do love the Lord, I wanted to do what God wanted me to do. So I hung in there as long as I could until God said go. And then I was out.
God didn't tell you to go.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was it.
Okay. So you want a man 6'2". Does this guy have
No. He can be 6 feet is fine. 6 feet is fine.
Just taller than you because you're 5'8".
Yeah, that would be nice.
Does this guy have to make a certain amount of money?
No, but he does have to be financially responsible. I think over 50, you should have good credit. And so no, I just think you just need to be financially responsible, know how to take care of yourself. I feel like a man that has a certain character, it just comes along with character, what you do in life and how successful you are. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
All right. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay, we see you, Mama. All right, that's a pretty dress.
Thank you.
So this is, let me get right. This is Paula Virgo, 52. 3 children, was once married, interior designer, Cleveland, Ohio. Do you want this man to be in Cleveland, Ohio?
Well, I am relocating to Houston, Texas, so I really would prefer someone in that area.
When are you moving to Houston?
In the fall.
In the fall, okay. Yeah. What's the age range you want to date? You're 52.
So 50 to 60.
50 to 60. When was your last relationship?
Real relationship or
whatever you want to call it.
Last year in 21.
21. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Don't answer that.
My last relationship.
Okay, that's reasonable.
So why do you think you're single, Paula?
Because I really haven't been open to being in a relationship. I was, and I really took time to heal after I was divorced. So I really, introspective, went to therapy. I had been on the dating game for a while. I wanted to learn a lot of things about what's going on nowadays. I really wasn't open. I'm still kind of iffy, and not because I don't want to be in a relationship, because I don't want to be in a relationship that's going to hinder me from being and doing what I want to do. So sometimes I feel like that can kind of slow you down or hinder you. So I think my view of it is a little different. I think it requires a lot of time and energy, but I think that may be my perspective because of past not so positive, relationships. So I think because I haven't really been open, now I'm really like, let's go.
Let's go. She's ready. And what are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
3 flaws. So
great question.
I'm very opinionated. I am chronically tardy. So I'm doing a lot better with that, being late. And um, I'm a procrastinator
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
because I'm a good time.
That's the
I think
theme
I'm a good
tonight.
time. I think I'm a lot of fun. I enjoy life. I'm very positive. I think the person that is meant to be with me, we will align and I'll be perfect for him. I don't think I'm perfect for everybody. I think that you'll just know when you know. So if I'm like your cup of tea, you think I am, then I'll probably be good for you. If I'm not, then I won't. So it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like
Fair
everybody's
enough.
not good for everybody. And I
Everyone's not good for everybody.
and I
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Let's do it. Paula, oh, did you give me your age range? I mean, that you would date? You're 50.
50 to 60.
Okay. And oh, you want the guy to be where you're moving. So let's do it,
I
Paula.
do kind I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not, but it would be nice to meet someone there because I'm moving to a new city and it'll be nice to kind of have somebody there to kind of, so I'm kind of, that's why I was going to wait till my birthday to come on because I kind of wanted to be closer to when I was going to
Well,
be there.
maybe you can meet a guy in advance on your way there. Never know.
Hey, that'll work. We can do that.
Okay. All right, boo. How can the guy reach out to you, baby?
So Instagram is the best way. I'm Paula R. McNair.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna pause that for a second because I didn't realize that she had an Instagram because she put her name as Paula and there's literally nothing there. So we're going to try and look up her Instagram and see what we got. So she said Paula. Let's go ahead and play it.
There, as you see it there, I'm not on Instagram.
Okay, there you have it. All right, boo. Keep me posted, baby.
I will. Thanks.
Let's pause that again and let's try and look up her Instagram. Is this it? Paula R. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at her Instagram. And listed herself as a digital creator. Okay. Well, she is in a creative field, so I guess that makes sense. You know what? Let's separate these and there and okay. All right. Okay. It doesn't look like she has too many thirst traps on here, but again, she's over 50, so I wouldn't expect that. Um, yeah, a lot of this stuff is looking like um, advertisements. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing too extraordinary. It's not a bunch of thirst traps on here, so there's that. But let's go ahead and wrap this one up though, because we're pretty much done, right? The question is she marriageable? There's some definite positives here. I mean, she's not overweight, right? She is feminine. I mean, if you look at her appearance, she came done up and she is wearing a dress, so she does appear feminine. Is she friendly? No, she's not. I mean, she's got a great smile, but unfortunately, she said it herself. She hasn't been, putting herself out there, which means that she's been closed off. So I would say she's not really that friendly. Submissive? No, we already, come on. There was no questions in there that would speak to the level of submissiveness. If anything, it's the exact opposite when she talked about relationships dragging you down. Because again, in her age group, most of the men are of a traditional mindset. So, no, it's not submissive. The big question is, she has 3 kids. But I've said this in other videos, when it comes to children, at a certain age, the children are, women will qualify as being childless again because the kids are out of the home. And I suspect that is a similar situation with her. She said her youngest is 18 and she's about to move to a new city. So chances are that child is probably not moving with her. So she falls into that category of childless again. I mean, you get like half a point for that. But the big thing is the cooperation. Because she says that it's okay for the guy to have kids at her age. Yeah, that speaks to cooperation. She also mentioned the fact that the things that she's looking for in she wants your man to love the Lord, is a good father, honest, well groomed, and character are big. Are those are things that you would look for in a person, and I would say those are good. Those are good qualities to look for in a man. The questionable part is when she listed he needs to be. She would prefer him to be 6 feet tall. Well, we already know that's less than 15% of the male population, and we didn't even account for it if the guys are single. So, yeah, that's going. It's going to be tough to get over that. Don't get me wrong, I get it because she's 5'8". So yeah, it could go either way. The other thing we need to acknowledge is that is she even looking for marriage? I mean, she talked about good time, whatever that is. I don't know why women say that because most men on the dating scene, on the dating market that are not looking for marriage, a good time for them is sex. So when you say, yeah, I'm a good time, she's in her 50s. I expect her to know that, even though she probably has very little knowledge of the male experience. The other good positive here is that she did make it down the aisle, meaning that she was able to get married. But we got little to no information about why her marriage didn't work. The way she answered the question made it seem like she wasn't at fault and it was all the guy. Well, we know that's not the case. I wish Kendra would start asking this. I've seen another YouTuber ask this question, and it's a great one. And they say, name one thing that he did that you did wrong, and one thing that he did wrong. That's because she was trying to keep her answer politically correct because, I've got kids. Well, tell something that both of you did wrong, and that levels the playing field. But we didn't get that, though, right? She just hinted at the fact that it was his fault. That's why she left. I'm not going for that. So this could go either way. Because number one, we don't know if she's looking for marriage. And number two, because she's at that stage of her life where she really is just looking for somebody to make it to the end of life with. That may not take a marriage, If she'd have said that, I would definitely give her the nod on cooperation. But as it stands right now, we've got, she's not overweight and she's feminine. So, I wouldn't classify her as marriageable right now. I think she'd be interesting to date though. But other than that, there's some other things that would have to happen that we weren't privy to here. Wait a minute. We didn't talk about the 3 things that she need to improve on. We might find that other category here, but she's opinionated. That means she has an attitude problem. She's late and she procrastinates. The being tardy and lateness and procrastination tells me she has a very me attitude. Factor that in that being opinionated. Nah, I'm going to say no. And she might be okay with that because, again, she didn't say she was looking for a husband. Yeah. But we're going to move on because I don't think she's marriageable.